right, I'm going to go over, and I realize I've released these practice plans, and they're kind of just like practice plans, but you don't know like what and the why and the kind of like progression type of stuff or regression type of stuff. So this one is a continuous 2-on-2 drill. We have half ice. Right now we have one goalie, maybe two, don't know yet. But I usually typically like to keep most games that I do where the net is, just so, and this is something that I learned from Daryl Belfry, is just it makes total sense. Is like when you learn to drive, you're not going to go and when you go to driver's ed, you drive on the road, so you get used to driving on the road, right? So now when you play these small area games, you want to keep it where the net is, so the dots are where they are, hash marks where they are, blue line where it is, and all that type of stuff, so the kids get used to the geography, you can call it, of the ice. So this is a continuous 2-on-2. It starts with red on offense, black on defense. So red starts, they go in, they play a 2-on-2, whatever they do. And then these two black players who are above the blue line now go into the zone and kind of just like, in a sense, surf/survey the ice and get ready for these two black defensemen to pass them the puck. So they go in and they almost act as like a center or winger or two wingers going into the zone ready to receive a breakout pass. And let's say black gets them the puck. Now these two black forwards who just received the breakout pass leave the zone and then re-enter on offense with these two red players on defense. And then it continues like that. So then the next two up would be these two red players, and then they would go in. The red team would try and get the red players the puck, and then they would go in and play offense against the two black players who just entered the zone, who are on forward, but now are on defense. So what we're trying to work on here is a magnitude of things. And something that I'm doing with my Bantam team right now is gamifying / keeping score of small area games. So like in this game, we have 1 point for shots generated within the high slot. We have 2 points for goals scored off a rebound. We have 2 points for goals scored off a pass or a one-timer. And that's the way for us to keep track of, we're trying to hammer home goals off rebounds, goals off shot, goals off just passes, like instead of holding onto the puck and, taking too much time with the puck, shooting off the pass, taking one-timers, that type of stuff. And we're trying to just generate shots from this area and not shots from the outside, just because it's low percentage scoring opportunities. And then we're trying to kind of working on that breakout as wingers and then, leaving the zone. So once these wingers get the puck, they would then leave the zone, and the players who are on defense are automatically out, and then these two players play defense now. So what we're trying to work on is that transition from defense to offense and then just breaking into the zone. So, on these things that I release, you can kind of read it here. And then we have now a D to break out to 3v2. So we only have half ice. That's why it is shown on the half ice. And something that I'm trying to really start doing with my defensemen is working on these D passes in the neutral zone instead of like really relying, and I want to try and reduce the amount of times our D get the puck and just throw the puck into the zone and force our forwards to forecheck. I think it's the worst thing ever. And we have automatic offsides now at the Bantam level, which is also the dumbest thing on the face of the earth. But anyways, I just don't like when defensemen just take the puck and throw it in and force your forwards to go after the puck now and forecheck. I'd rather you enter the zone with speed, give it to a forward, you skate the puck in, whatever it may be. I'd rather enter the zone with speed and possession of the puck and then try and make something out of that. So here we got forward. Either one of these forwards can start with the puck. It really doesn't matter. This forward will start with the puck. We'll go pass to this D, back to this, then we'll go D to D, and we'll go back to the original D. And at that time, this forward swinging. This middle forward is going to almost act as like the center, and he's going to support puck side. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to go D, back to the original D, up to one of the forwards on the wall. At that time, this forward will swing through. We'll do a chip to the center, and then we're going to just come into the zone and enter 3v2 versus these two defensemen that we just passed to. So all we're really trying to work on is our regroups within the defensive zone end slash like neutral zone. We only have half ice, so it's hard to do kind of like neutral zone regroups. So we're just trying to do some of that type of stuff. And then we're just trying to get the forwards to work on, ships to the center, moving with speed, and then entering and playing 3v2s. And this I have points for: shots generated in the high slot, goals off rebounds, goals scored in the house. And then the last drill we have is D shot to 2v2 to breakout. So we'll start with the puck in the corner over here with the forward. We'll then push this puck up to D1. I'm going to have D2 start here, so he's not even an option for D1. Push the puck up to D1, and from there, we want to try and get D1 to get a shot on net. At that time, you see these X's. They are opponents, and they are part of what this drill says, breakout. So right when that puck hits the D stick, these X's will then attack this D. Obviously not this one, but this X will attack this D. And from there, we want to try and get this D to move off the blue line and either shoot, walk down the wall and shoot, or just do something with this puck instead of just kind of like throwing it back to the forward in the corner or just throwing a blind shot on net and just getting blocked. So once that D shoots the puck, now it's a 2v2 versus 1, 2, 1, 2. You can have a center play this position or a D play this position or center play this position and the D play this position. Whatever you want to do. I want our centers to get used to playing in the defensive zone and playing D in the defensive zone. So from there, now it's a 2-on-2, and at that time, this D will, step inside the zone, and we're playing a 2-on-2. So essentially, we have a 2-on-2 below the hash marks, and then it's a 4-on-4 if the puck goes above the hash marks, because then these two D are on the defensive side, these two D are on the offensive side. So at that time, we want 1, 2 defensemen to try and get the puck to these X opponents, and we want them to break the puck out and skate it out of the zone. So here, what we're working on is pretty simple. We want to get traffic in front, goals off rebounds, forcing our D to work off the blue line, just being a little bit more patient and calm on the blue line, not just kind of making rush decisions. We want our wingers to work on positioning when we are in the D zone and not allowing defensemen to get easy shots through. We want to try and push them to the outside and or get sticks and bodies in the lane. We want to work on centers playing in the D zone, defensemen playing in front of the net, forwards scoring off rebounds, forwards generating chances 2v2 in the high slot. And then, just if the puck does get pushed up top, we want our D to work as like an extra forward in the offensive zone. And that is all.